Jason, are you a vampire? Because you can't be photographed. Like, I'm looking at the way this is coming out.
Yeah, you look normal.
I look normal. You look like a vampire. Maybe if I switch the light here.
Daywalker.
I have not gotten a tan recently.
A little better.
Dark hair, yeah.
It is what it is. It's punk rock, for fuck's sake.
Right,
it's punk rock. It's Con Carne. I'm James Van Osdale. Con Carne, presented by Alex Ross Art. Do you guys read comic books? What's wrong with you? Comic books are amazing. Alex
Is that
Ross,
the one with the pictures?
dude. Comic books, graphic novels. Alex Ross is the guy. He is truly one of the greatest artists in the history of the medium. He's a local guy, and
I know the name.
you know the name?
I know the name very
I'm
well,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, he's done like the Academy Awards poster. He's done like some heavy duty shit. And he has a YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to. And if I can't make the case, Alex Ross can.
Hi, this is Alex Ross. I appreciate you guys supporting our YouTube, and we create new content every week. I hope you will continue to support us, and please subscribe.
It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Osdale.
Beautiful.
When I used to do a podcast, we had sponsors. So we interrupt when you are doing
That's fine. You can see I'm not working off a script, so that's fine.
Yeah, today's script brought to you by Nabisco. No,
By Nabisco, of all things.
Of all things.
we'll just beat that.
Showed our age there on that one.
We are sponsored by Nestle Crunch.
I'm sitting here, blessed be the fruit. I'm sitting here with the Runaround. We are outside Punk Rock Tacos. It is mid-December, Semitas Poblanas in Villa Park on North Avenue. You guys opening up for The Queers. It's a big show as we're about to record this. And welcome. It's lovely to see you all.
Hello.
To be here in person, right?
In person, right, because the last time we did this, it was virtual. It was during COVID. It was probably 3 years ago, right?
Heart of the
True,
pandemic,
but I didn't have to
yeah.
wear pants. It was nice.
So, for those who do not know the Runaround, which, can you even imagine such a thing?
That's like 99% of the world, man. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Could
They're
you imagine-
Chicago's party punks. They're just a fun, awesome band. Hell, meet Handbasket. Here they are. It is the Runaround. Since it has been 3.5-ish years since we talked, what have I missed? What's new?
I wish I could say there's more that you missed in the last 3.5 years. We got a new drummer. That's that guy back there.
Hello.
Yeah.
How you all doing?
You know, we waited obviously to release this new album. Well, we released it to the internets, I guess, but we did not, physically. But when we talked to you last, we were waiting to actually play that first show back.
Right.
We did get back. We toured. Caught COVID on tour, so we did it exactly how you're supposed to do it, right?
To the letter.
Yeah, to the letter. And ended that tour early. And we've been playing a lot locally, Midwest for the last couple of years. We just kind of started writing again the last couple months. Fabian and I have been sending each other stuff like crazy. That's not good for our egos because most of it's we tell the other one it sucks, but but every once in a while songs, yeah, right. That's how it works, right?
That's the secret to a good partnership, right?
Yep.
Is to be able to, one, say that to your partner,
Yep.
and two, be able to receive that information.
Right.
You don't even need words anymore. Just the long silence tells you
When you
everything.
don't respond, no response is definitely
When you're
a
left on
response,
red.
yeah.
Okay, I'll keep working.
You guys get this message? No, okay.
Or you
Hello?
just see the 3 dots in the text.
Yeah.
Then the rethink of I still want to be in a band with this person even though he can't write for shit. Yeah, that guy.
Have you guys heard of this other band?
So where does the new songwriting find you?
So Bombs Away was definitely. I think you made a joke that I still remember 3.5 years later about the. This time the party is more political, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good, it was a nice line. And I think we're getting away from that a little bit again. That there was definitely a moment in time, in 2019 when we were writing this album, that we had a lot to say. The world had a lot to say, and nothing's changed. There's still a lot to say, but it's just not necessarily who we want to be labeled as, or pigeonholed as. So we tend to go left when everybody expects us to go right on stuff when it comes to the style, not necessarily the style, but the content of the songs we're writing. So I think the next is going to be more interpersonal, more life experience. We've experienced a lot of life in the last 4 years.
Are you going emo on us?
No, I guess no. We're still
turned 40, so
the party will still be there. Yes, I turned 40 a couple weeks ago. Man, that was not supposed to stay on there. Okay. All right.
I had to go through it. You got to go through it.
Yeah. So, I would definitely not the emo route, but definitely using our life experiences, personal life experiences, more than the whole, than the world around us, maybe. We've had divorce, we've had kids, there's a lot of things that's happened in the last couple of years. So
That's true.
Adulthood has happened.
Adulthood has definitely happened, and we want to write from that. I don't think we're turning into REM. We're not going to be for every dad out there, but
I mean, Fabian is.
well, Fabian is, yeah. But we have a direction we're heading, and we haven't really necessarily locked it down yet, but that's the next step for us.
Well, I'm talking to you before you go on stage at Punk Rock Tacos, opening up for the Queers. Is it the same runaround we would have seen over the past couple of years, or are you trying to break in some new stuff?
This is going to be the runaround that you've seen. Maybe we're throwing
Runaround Classic?
Runaround Classic, sure. That makes us seem even older, but so we're trying out a new cover tonight. But yeah, as far as like the original stuff, it's going to be something you've heard off the last 3 albums for sure.
I love it. And we're recording this, like I said, in mid-December. It's holiday season. Do you guys look forward to the holidays, or are you typical Midwestern depressives this time of year?
I think the only thing that is probably that isn't depressive is the actual like holiday season itself. I think come January, February, that makes it much worse for my personal, because then you have the weather and you don't have like the pretty lights and everything else going on around you, or the people being a little nicer to each other for a little while. I think January and February in Chicagoland area is a rough time.
I'm from Texas, so we didn't get much snow. We were West Texas desert. Just so snow still baffles me. I'm like, it's like albino sand. It's everywhere.
It's still a novelty to you.
It's still awesome.
Albino sand. I've never heard.
Oh, to see the world through your eyes. Oh, this snow is so novel.
I have astigmatism, so everything's shiny.
I just got sick of shoveling. I hate shoveling. I live on a corner and have to do the sidewalks on both sides of the house. I got myself a battery-powered snowblower for this year. No fucking around.
Battery.
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
See, now you're getting fancy.
So you're not even loud when you're doing it. You could be stealth. You could be 2 a.m. No,
Well,
you wake up the
here's the
neighbors.
thing, Jason. I can't. The gas-powered stuff, whether it's a lawnmower or snowblower, I can't manipulate it. I can never get the mix right with the oil, and it always like sputters out.
Oil and gas. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
one from like 85 that was like took this much of oil, this much diesel, this much whatever. Yeah.
I don't want to do math. I
I want to get the snow off of my driveway. Yeah.
I want to get my chores over with. How dare you? So, opening up for the Queers, Punk Rock Tacos. This is a nice gig for the runaround.
It is. Yeah, the last time we played with them was Punk the Burbs in I think 2018. So it's been 5 years since we played with the Queers. They're one of those bands that their albums are great. It was one of those bands I didn't really catch when I was a kid. I kind of missed them or whatever. And then the first time I saw them live was at the Punk Rock. Punk the Burbs. Did I say Punk Rock Bowling? Sorry, that was a different. Okay, I don't remember. Too many punk rock somethings in it.
Right.
All right, Punk the Burbs in 2018, and you that's one of those moments where you're like, okay, I get it. I totally get it now. They put on an amazing show, so tight. The energy's just next level and stuff, and that's one of those moments where you're like, okay, now I see what my friends like, or why they're as into them as they are. And stuff.
But now, as one of the bands opening up for the Queers, it's your job to make it hard for them to breathe. Like you gotta throw it down tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we always come from the mantra that it doesn't matter if you're playing in front of 10 people or 10,000 people. You don't know who's going to be in the crowd, right? But I think it'd be unrealistic to say that we don't know who's following us. We played a couple of months ago. Played with Mest and Authority Zero, and Authority Zero is one of the best bands I have ever seen live.
Truly,
they are unbelievable. And I knew
So
that
much
going
energy.
into it, and then watching them play after us, it was one of those shows. I'm glad they played long after us. I would have been.
He cried a little. I saw it.
No, they.
It was like the single tear after the set.
But stop telling people stuff, man. Jeez.
I'm so happy.
Give away all my secrets. But anyway, so yeah, shows like that, you definitely, even if it's subconsciously, you take it to maybe up an extra 5% or something, just to make sure that you are representing that show well, and hanging with those other bands that are on it, because there are a lot of great bands on the show tonight.
So I know just before you got in the car, you had a shot. I want you to keep building that base so you're ready to take the stage and do your thing here.
I mean,
at Punk the Taco.
don't gotta tell us twice.
Punk the taco.
Punk the
I love
taco.
that phrase. That's amazing.
Too many punk things. Yeah. Punk
Paco.
suburbs, punk rock bowling.
Yeah, we're at Punk the Taco in Villa Park tonight.
Can we shorten it to Paco? The Paco?
The Paco.
Let's do the Paco.
Hey, hi-oh. I love that.
That's my uncle.
All right, so the
Things
runner.
he can say, the rest of us will not.
Yes, 100%.
I've got
They
all
laugh
kinds of freedom back
awkwardly,
here. Why am I in the back seat?
I knew that was. I knew that was coming.
I
was
want
waiting
you guys
for
to know I generally try to think about optics. Like if there's a band and there's a woman in the band, even if she's not the singer, I
in the
try to
front.
put yes,
Yep.
because I don't want to be that guy. Oh, nice to have the two cis white guys sitting in the front seat.
I got the hair of the woman in the band, so there you go. Yeah, that's close enough.
All right, I'm follically impaired.
All right, so the runaround. If people want to hear you and get more, Bandcamp, is that a good place?
You pointed this out a couple years ago. Bandcamp, you had to go to our record label,
Yeah,
who
that's
we're
right.
no longer a part of, so it's even harder. Bandcamp's probably the worst place to find us now. We need to reset back up our
Yes, you do.
Bandcamp, especially for those Fridays.
Punk Rock Tacos, is that a good place to find you?
If you're here in the next 45 minutes, then yes. And that's probably much later than you're actually hearing this. So, yeah, I mean, YouTube. We have one of those Linktree places,
Yeah.
things that send
All
you
right.
everywhere. So, yeah, it's linktree.com/therunaround. So,
Sweet. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play. I'm so glad we got to do this in person.
absolutely. 3.5 years later. Yeah.
I don't want to do virtual anything ever again.
Yeah. We need to come back when we actually have something new to release, though. How about that? Let's make a plan.
Let's make a plan.
All right.
Can you guys do acoustic?
I'm remembering all these conversations we had 3.5 years ago. You remember when you asked us to come on? My first question was, "We don't have to play, do we?" Remember that? Because that was through Zoom. We could. I don't know if we could do it in this car. We could try. We could probably pull something off.
No,
yeah.
I'll grab a little ukulele, and you put on a funny little hat.
We're gonna do Taylor Swift covers, T-Swizzle
Because
covers.
I've got a blank space.
We could do the Taylor Swift
No, we gotta
covers
do Beyonce.
on YouTube. We just couldn't do it on the podcast
Oh yeah.
because of the whole copyright download thing.
But you remember we talked about that too.
We did.
Yeah.
It all-
all these conversations are coming back. Yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle. We learned a lot that day.
Which, by the way, you have a really good memory.
Yeah, I don't know why that
I've done-
specific interview just stood out. I don't. Yeah, there's a lot. Of,
Never
I've done
forgets.
600 interviews since that
oh yeah,
episode.
you have no way of remembering this. Oh, there's one thing you remember. Do you remember the comment of there's one thing you know about the runaround? You can find them near your local high schools. We took 2 years to live that comment out. You wonder why I remember that interview. Nobody's ever
yeah.
said that to us.
Right, because
Just
of
got
the
over
video.
that.
Because of the video. That was filmed in an armory, not a high school. Yeah.
For the
sorry.
record,
Anyway.
I was not in the band at that point.
Yeah, right? You think we forgot that question?
We did meet
sorry.
him at a
No,
college
it
campus.
stood out, man. It was funny.
This is clearly a band for co-eds and 21 plus.
Yes,
Clearly.
absolutely.
Anyways, the runaround.
Moving on. Yeah.
Moving on. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you play, and we'll do this again when you have new music.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
James. Thank
Thanks,
you.
man. Appreciate it.